true.
There are no coincidences, only the illusion of coincidence.
The following content is for informational and discussion purposes only. The views expressed are those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect the views of that one random podcast or its affiliates. We do not promote hate, harassment, or violence toward any person or group. Some topics include allegations, speculation, and historical claims that may be disputed. Always do your own research and verify with credible sources. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to that one random podcast.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
Cypher.
I'm Treble.
And let's get into it.
Yes.
Treble, we got to talk about this one, man. We got to talk about what happened on September 10th. Charlie Kirk
I know.
assassinated in front of a crowd. Quite shocking to see, man.
Was wild. I mean, when I got a text message from my boy, and he's like, "Yo, Charlie Kirk assassinated." I was like, "No, what are you talking about? No." Google it, confirmed it. Then go on Telegram, saw the video. I was shocked.
I mean, I can't play it because I tried uploading it, even though I blurred it out, and then YouTube got funny with it.
It was graphic.
But like, if you haven't seen it, it's all over the internet. You can easily find it, and it was
shocking, and
nuts.
it was so the timing of it all, and you know he was coming up a lot on my YouTube feed as well, and laying down debate, and speaking wisdom and words, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, I don't know wisdom and words with him, but I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he was very good at cherry picking facts and stats.
Yeah,
and very good at arguing them. But they're all like that. Everyone's like that. They'll cherry pick the stats that they want, and they're very good at manipulating them and then using them well in an argument. The question is, can you argue your point well enough to make the other person look like you don't know what you're talking about?
and he does do that.
Charlie Kirk was pretty good at that.
And so yeah, that first weekend I was like, whoa, what happened? But then slowly but surely, more information comes to me through various mediums.
Well, it was really weird, right? Because automatically you think, well, is that someone on the left that's done that, right? Because the last time I saw anything about Charlie Kirk was when he was backing Donald Trump and saying, yep, and Pam Bondi, yep, I believe our leaders, the Epstein files are a hoax. And then I didn't really watch him too much after that again, probably because I was busy looking at other things. I thought, well, this is another distraction. That we just need to start focusing on the stuff that they're trying to put in place. But and then Waz, who's not here today, massive fail, bruv. Yeah, you're gonna miss out on this one. But Waz was saying that he was being very vocal after that, and saying he said, "No, we're not going to let the Epstein files slip or go quiet about it." Apparently, Trump contacted him to shut up about it, and he kept going on about it. But then he started leading into it, Israel controlling the US government and the politics and all that sort of stuff. We got clips of it as well. He's even there's a conversation with him and Ben Shapiro. We know who he is. So then it's like, who really did it? Who's responsible?
Yeah, so I obviously the official narrative was it was a crazy leftist, and then the information came to me. Oh no, it was a Mossad agent, and because of what he was saying about Israel and going against them, and that made a lot of sense. And now, which we're going to break down later on, but now I'm at that point where is it a psyop? Was it even?
Is he dead?
What did I witness, and what were the repercussions from that, and who actually has the powers to orchestrate something at this level? And is everything really fake? I don't know anymore, but yeah, we got a lot to break down on it.
We could start with, I don't know whether you want to start with the hand signals that were going on.
The hand signals during it, or
you
whatever clips.
Let's start with the hand signal clips.
Let's break it down
before we actually show as the slowed down version of him taking the shot. But yeah, I think we should start with those hand signals, because there's a lot of images and pictures, still frame videos of individuals around him who was part of his security, people in the crowd as well, even making
things
gestures and
dodgy a little bit.
And I saw one comment saying that, some woman saying that she was in the military, and she goes, yeah, those are all like hand signals too.
Combat signs, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look, firstly, guys, this is just our opinion, or I think, we're not here to say that he is alive or he is dead or whatever. We're just here to break it down. Don't
We're just
Don't
giving
get
our view on
upset.
it.
Yeah, don't, especially if you're a fan or not a fan, whatever. This is our opinion, and this is us breaking it down. So yeah, let's
Like,
let's
don't get me
into
wrong,
it.
yeah. Let's put it this way, yeah. Me and Treble aren't anyone, and without sounding cold and heartless, yeah, we're not two individuals who are losing any sleep over this. Yeah, right. Okay, so like, yeah, I get it. You've been assassinated. It's sad. I'm sure there's people on the right, who supported his voice and the things he was saying really hard. And there's a lot of people out there, but at the same time, we're not invested in any way in Charlie Kirk or anything like that. It's just us. We've heard the noise. He was a big name when it came to political commentary for the right and conservatives, I suppose. And we're just giving our opinion on it. That's all. That's it. Yeah. All right. This isn't a fact. This isn't like, this is the hard truth. Yeah, don't take it that way. This is two guys giving their opinion on a political figure who's been assassinated. Right. And, let's not forget it happened right in front of a crowd, which he's well known for, which is obviously going to college campuses and debating, open up conversations and sitting right there with his mic and a mic for anyone that wants to jump on there and challenge him or have a conversation with him about anything. But anyway, let's start with some of these hand signals.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right here, he lifts his elbow, he's holding a gun, and watch what happens. He shoots it, his hand goes right back into place, and then Charlie gets hit. Watch this. Raise his elbow, boom, look at that. Watch the gun shoot right now, and watch Charlie get hit right now. Oh my God. Look at it. It's clear as day. The guy in the black shirt shows that guy in the white shirt in the background, his arm. The guy puts his gun up, puts his elbow up, pop, bang. Look at that. Pop, bang. Oh my God.
Those of us who served in the military are a little bit aware of hand signals being thrown up. And these two men need to really be looked into with some of the sniper looking signals, especially coming from the guy in the white and the guy in the black.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Over the last 10 years.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. 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 Great.
To the lesser, these are all Christian values. So what I'm getting at, though, is if we remove Christian values, which you may or may not be suggesting, what do we replace them with?
I guess my question is more centered around using taxpayer dollars. Well, I guess I can leave with a question. How do you feel about
To the lesser, these are all Christian.
All right. Interesting footage. The first one, which was obviously they were making it out like the guy in the crowd who was circled, waited for a signal. Once he got the signal, his elbow goes up. Seems like he's got a gun in his hand. Could be his fingers for all I know.
It looked like fingers, but
then when he's gone, boom, like it's
it was
jerked.
perfectly timed.
And then boom, literally a millisecond later, bam, Charlie's been shot. So it's, I don't know, man. There's loads of hand signals and stuff going on there. Like they gave a good description and stuff like that. Like I said, the lady they're talking about hand signals in the military, and those guys should be looked at. But it did look like they were doing a lot of.
It does look like it was orchestrated.
Yeah,
amongst his own security team. But I think I mentioned at the beginning, though, was it even a real assassination that they're orchestrating, or are they orchestrating a psyop? That's another.
Yeah, so like
that's another thing.
It definitely looks like there might have been some sort of collusion.
It suggests that, yeah.
There's some conspiracy there. I'm not saying definite, but I'm not an expert in any of these military arm hand signals or whatever. But you watch enough movies and they do all of that, and you do see it. You watch it in movies. They use the actual stuff in the movies, don't they? They don't. It's not fake what they're using. They actually tap that on
their heads
or
and stuff,
eyes and like that, and
Two-finger
because
cool
also
signs,
and like straightforward or whatever. YouTube straight there.
And you got
straight there.
Yeah, and you got to remember that, of course, his security detail are going to be at least military trained.
They are. He's not going to have cowboys around him, is he? He's going to have some legit guys around him.
Yeah.
Especially if he could afford it. Why wouldn't he? But I think leading into where he's saying, was it even real?
That's another, that's conspiracy now, but I did see some evidence that suggested that.
Well, let's play the makeup shot with the makeup expert.
Oh yeah,
talks about
special
how you would go about doing that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's an interesting clip as well. Yeah, let's watch that.
So I'm going to start to cut. This is where I had that situation where I had an extra freak out on set. This is always I think, a very nerve-wracking piece, because you don't exactly know for sure that you are in the right place, and also, you are using a pair of live scissors on next to an actor, and the whole crew are watching sometimes, and you're a little bit nervous. Now just get you to turn a little bit towards my mic. There you go. These are a very, very fine pointed scissor. They snip through foam really, really well. And also they've got a lot of control over the blade. There we go. It's a little bit lower than I wanted to be, but that's actually not a bad thing. Regarding the pale colour of the foam on the inside, some people like to paint that red. I don't. Your flesh is naturally white inside. I'll bring you back to this position. And I kind of like the white because it's going to go red very, very quickly. And I like that. I really do. I like this. Now, Mike, if you drop your head down, just relax. See, it's almost like I can finger the wound back in. It's almost like it's undetectable.
3, 2, 1.
Creating this hit took an air pressurized.
Okay, so that was interesting. Can you see the makeup like that? Looks real as.
I'm saying it's indistinguishable, and that's what
like, even I said it. Like when he took the scissors away, you couldn't even see the cut.
Nope.
Or the slit he just put in there.
And that's what I mean. So when I first heard the news, I was shocked, and the video was very graphic, and it created that reaction in me that I'm assuming a lot of people felt.
Yeah.
In terms of that anger and the fear and the sadness and it created that reaction. But then when I see stuff like this, and then I hear information about how everything's a stage and Masonic theater,
just to let you know, I'm not a Charlie Kirk hater or anything, but I wasn't feeling any of that. I was just like, shit, they actually popped him.
Fair enough. I was a little bit, because I do think that the left are a little bit more crazy. I've said this a few times. I'm not picking sides or anything, but I do think that the left are more crazy.
Let's not forget back in June, there was a nut job who shot a Democratic politician 17 times her and her husband. Luckily, she lived. So yeah, I think they're both as crazy as each other. I think if you said to me which one was more degenerate, I would say the left. But in terms of extremism, I think they're the same in my opinion.
Fair, fine. Ideologically, though, the left are more degenerate, and Charlie Kirk, at the very least, the Christian values, I think I did agree with. I think we did need a bit more of that. So to see one of these figures go out like that was like, whoa. And I understand why the right are feeling the way they do. But after a couple of days, and then this video start popping up, the hand signals, the Masonic ritualistic numbers and theater, and then of course the special VFX that we just showed you. I don't know what to believe in anymore.
Look, I think the next clip's gonna be interesting as well for me. Yeah, so going on the back, and it kind of leads back. Showing this on the back of what we just watched is quite interesting. It's a clip of his security team carrying Charlie Kirk's body to, like, running with it to one of the vehicles to get him to a hospital. And we'll talk about what I've noticed and obviously what the person who uploaded the video noticed as well. But it did beg to ask some questions about that as well. Like, it was strange in my opinion.
Things are looking strange.
But let's play the clip.
Go on.
And then we'll chop that up as well. But yeah, look, the makeup artist kind of just proved that you can fake that.
You can.
Easy.
You really can, yeah.
In today's world, you can. You can wear. Sure. You've seen those face masks where I can look like Harry Potter from
Mission Impossible silicone masks.
Yeah, those kind of masks are real, man.
Shit, man.
Real shit now. Shit. You can get away with it. Like, but let's play this other clip now, yeah? All right, so what was strange of that for me, there's blood on where his arm is, where the shot happened, like where the wound was of his neck. But you'd think he'd be drenched in it, for starters, because it was that kind of shot in that area would be like spitting out.
Yeah.
Like it's squirting everywhere, right?
It's an artery hit.
The fact that, like, it didn't look like, from what I could see, that they wrapped the wound or anything to stop it from bleeding at all. So it should have really been covered all over him. I mean, even if they did wrap it, by the time that they got around to wrapping, the blood should have been everywhere. His trainers were pretty clean. Yeah, pearly white. But what else I was looking for was blood dropping on the floor as they're dragging him. On the security guards as well. Didn't see anything on them. It just looked weird.
Did look weird. Obviously, I can't say for sure what they did, whether they did pack it with gauze, and there's a lot of things to think about. But yeah, if an artery shot like that in the neck, I'm expecting blood to be dripping everywhere.
I'd expect to be all over his shoe. When he got shot and it came spurting out of that, it would have been on his shoes. It would have been on him. He was wearing white, for crying out loud. Don't forget, one of those clips that we showed, obviously, with the hand palm off as well. Remember, we forgot to mention it. Where the security guy is coming up and giving it to his personal security, shaking his hand, and he put something in his pocket. Charlie was wearing a black shirt, so I don't know if that video was from that day or from another day. Yeah. So I don't know what was going on. But still,
it shows that
there's something
some dodgy,
some weird stuff going on. Yeah. But going back to this shot, it just is there. Did they stop the bleeding, or like, I don't know what it was, but it just something didn't feel right to me there. Even there, like something's not making sense. Yeah, you think people handling him and be covered in blood, you ain't got time to go wash your hands. Like, you're going to wrap him up. If you're going to stop the bleeding, what are you going to do? And then run him to the car, right? And you think he'd be covered in it. I just think he would have had it on his shoes. His whole shirt would have been drenched, kind of thing. I just think it's weird.
Suspicious.
I can't say for sure, like you said. But it just seemed weird to me, that one. Next one, do you want to talk about your little Masonic
ritual?
Well, I'm going to put the screenshot up of the Utah campus, bird's eye view, you were talking about the other day. Remember, like, what was it? I've got the screenshot there.
The Hall of Flags at the
the candle, whatever stick, whatever thing, the Jewish is it a Zionist candle, whatever it is. I'm going to put it up, man. You give a bit more context on it than me. But just give me a second and put it up on the screen so everyone can see it. All right, so as you sent this to me yesterday. I didn't even have this.
I saw it on the Telegram channel. Look, it's pretty self-explanatory that everything is in symbols, and the symbolism is there for everybody to see. And as you can see, where Charlie Kirk was in the Utah University, that Hall of Flags area, you can't deny it does look like a menorah, which is obviously used in the Jewish tradition. Coincidence?
Well, but Israel was getting some heat around this, and he was being very vocal about Israel and its control over the US political spectrum. So,
coincidence? Is it a coincidence that where he had,
like our intro says, there are no coincidences.
There are no coincidences.
There's only the illusion of coincidence.
And I think later on I'll break down the ritual of theater, that the world is a stage, and how this might tie into it. But
yeah, this one's getting banned on YouTube.
For sure. But
look, I think we covered a lot on the day there, and in terms of the actual hand signaling, the actual shot. Was it real? Was it fake? Is he alive still? And then obviously we've touched a little bit of the conspiratorial, real deep state kind of conspiratorial side of things a little bit there. Kind of want to move on to like the suspect. And remember, we don't know too much what's going on. We're just giving our views on it, and the bits that we're finding on the internet. But kind of want to go on to the suspect, because that's a weird one as well. Because is it just another patsy?
Of course.
All right. Okay. All right.
Well, I say of course. I don't know, but probably.
All right. Cool. All right. Okay. Cool. Let me just find those. And the next part, which we're now going to talk about, is the suspect.
And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise. 33 to be precise. Thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period.
And that was one of the biggest dipshits ever we've ever seen in the political world. Kash Patel.
FBI director.
33 hours to be precise.
To be precise.
Let's get that right.
Yeah.
Said 36 first, but then he changed it to 33.
They have to slip that one in. I mean, guys, if you don't know the symbology of that number, and then you got a lot of work to still do.
Yeah.
But for those who do know, I think that should be more suggestive of evidence that this is a little bit more psyop than what we thought it would be.
Yeah. I mean, there's other things that were, like, they're also saying that he was MAGA, but now apparently his family are saying he was turning to more left wing. There's a clip actually where the woman says that he was MAGA, which I'm going to play now. But yeah, I just think it's interesting how they're playing with this suspect at the moment. 1 minute he's MAGA. Oh, no, his family was very Republican and conservative, but he then started turning away from that and becoming very leftist, according to his parents. I'm like, well, I've not seen any clips of the parents talking, but let's see what this woman has to say, who's breaking it down, I suppose, yeah?
Robinson and his family don't look like trans liberals to me. Tyler's family is registered Republicans. His father is a minister and former law enforcement. They have family members in the military. Oh, and Tyler's parents introduced him to weapons at an early age. Kylie put up these photos individually. Here he is with his father, and you notice his father has on kind of that Patriot MAGA-coded style merch. And here he is was raised in gun culture, shooting guns. So we knew that the person who shot Kirk would have to have experience. Here he is as a very small child with an assault rifle. This has sadly become a huge part of American culture where kids, here he is sitting down with a huge weapon. So this fits not the profile of a radical leftist, because we don't go to gun shows and take photographs with weapons. This sadly is what always comes out about these right-wing extremists. Gun culture is a huge part of it. Loneliness, radicalization online. The Pumps, what did you say? The Utah governor. All this is breaking very quickly. The Associated Press is reporting what, Pumps?
That that Tyler Robinson had become radicalized and got into politics recently, and did not believe what Charlie Kirk believed, but it doesn't go into specifics.
Okay, and then here's what we know about the shooter. Call to Activism is reporting Tyler Robinson of Utah. His father is a retired sheriff. They're Mormon. They're white. He was raised with guns and shooting, and he wore a Trump costume for Halloween. And you see these same photographs again, him with his dad, and his dad with that kind of patriotic black and white American flag, all that MAGA coded hyper masculinity style merch. And you see the gun in his hands when he is a small child. And then next up is that within the MAGA movement, if somebody steps out of line, they start to intercannibalize. And 2 days before the murder of Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer was calling out Charlie Kirk online in a since deleted tweet. She tweeted that Charlie Kirk had stabbed Trump in the back and didn't have Trump's back and all of this other stuff. She since deleted it. Now she's gone on that she's going to make a list of all the leftists and liberals and Democrats that she thinks contributed to Charlie Kirk's murder. And in fact, what contributed to it is a Republican family that teaches their children about guns at a very young age. And sadly, this has become such a part of right-wing American culture.
So quite a bit of evidence there that they're showing that very much a right, conservative, Republican, Trump supporter, but it's being pushed now that, and we'll get to that a little bit later, but very much being pushed that he's a leftist at the moment. Look, I mean, do you know who Laura Loomer is?
No.
So she's a bit of a hardcore Zionist who literally, she's been banned in America from ever possessing a gun.
Who did?
This Laura Loomer. She's like a political voice. I don't know too much about her, but I know she's a Zionist. Like hard Zionist. And she's not the sort of person, they won't even allow her to have a gun because they won't should go around and start shooting people. Yeah, that's how nutty she is. I think she burnt the Quran recently as well. I think she burnt the Quran recently or something like that. So she's a bit of a nut job. Yeah, she's like extremist.
This podcaster?
No, I know she's a political, not her, Laura Loomer, who she's speaking about.
Oh, right.
But she's a bit of a nut job. Like if you started following her on, if you read her tweets, she's crazy. But she's talking about there, like where Laura Loomer's now saying that Charlie turned his back and blah, blah, blah. She's deleted all these tweets apparently now. But now she's saying, oh, I'm going to list all the lefties who are involved in this and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now it's very much feels like, and she's also, there was a tweet she put out there recently that if you believe that Israel was responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk, then basically you're an idiot. Yeah, you're deluded, dumb, like believes that Israel will do such a thing to a friend kind of thing. I was like, what? Are you serious? But she's one of those kind of cats, yeah. So, but yeah, look, what do you think, man? MAGA?
MAGA,
baby.
I don't even think this is the guy.
I don't think this guy is. I don't think, of course not. He's a patsy.
Yeah, and obviously the mainstream media is using that, and maybe even the fact that they're calling him a Trump supporter is to stir up again more confusion and division. But I don't even believe that this is the guy that. Let's say that Kirk was assassinated with a bullet. Yeah, that a sniper, whoever shot him through the neck. I still don't believe it's this guy.
This guy gave himself up, didn't he?
I think his dad turned him in.
Is it?
That's what it said. His dad turned him in.
Is it
within 33 hours?
Is it the case he took a shot and someone backed him to take the shot, but then other people had the kill shot, if you get what I mean? So he might have shot, but didn't actually land. They're like, he's clearly handing himself in. Like, why would he do that? Or is he paid to do that, and then they'll whisk him off to Cuba, Havana, or wherever, and here's your money, shut up. You know, grow a beard, make sure no one recognizes you.
There's always a fool guy.
Yeah. Or bang, pop, will kill you in prison, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, definitely, I don't agree. I don't think it's him. I think it's a patsy. It's definitely.
I mean, I'm already leaning towards the whole ritual VFX special Hollywood theater thing going on.
I don't even know Charlie's dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if I bought into it. Like, that's why I'm like, it's one of those, those are confusing ones.
It's a confusing one now.
Yeah.
But all I know is everything is a lie, and nothing is what it seems. At the very least, nothing is what it seems. And if the official narrative is this guy who has a transgender boyfriend or whatever it was, disagreed with Kirk and boom, took him out, and then the dad turns him in 33 hours and case closed. I just don't believe that. And if you believe that, that's fine.
But the Utah governor is saying,
I just don't believe that.
I've got a clip of it. Utah governor is saying that the suspect's being difficult or he's not being cooperative. So let's watch that clip now, yeah? Because I thought that was a bit strange as well.
The suspect has not been cooperating so far. There are a couple things that we can confirm that have been reported. We can confirm that again, according to family and people that we're interviewing, he does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family, and so that's part of it. We do know that the roommate that we had originally talked about, we can confirm that roommate is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. So we know that piece. I will say that person has been very cooperative with authorities, and we have additional evidence, forensic evidence that has been processed. We'll be sharing that when charges are filed on Tuesday. So everything that we know confirms that this is the person. The why behind this, again, we're all drawing lots of conclusions and how someone like this could be radicalized. And I think that those are important questions for us to ask and important questions for us to answer. What we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge, was shocked when they found out about it. When he found out about it, the suspect has not been cooperating so far, and so we're getting all of this information from family members, again people around the suspect, and then the forensic information that we have, which is confirming everything and more than what we were able to share in that initial press conference.
It's just perfect, isn't it? Really, really perfect. Like, the roommate was transgender or transitioning. He switched sides. He's not telling us anything. We're getting this from the roommate, who just happens to be LGBTQ. And the mother and father who said, he turned his back on the Republicans. And it just all sounds too perfect.
As you saw, that was on Sky News. Listen, as I said in before the previous video, the fact that this is the official narrative to me means that this is a lie. That's just how it is. I'm not saying everything on the news is a lie, but pretty much everything on the news is a lie. So this is just the fictional story that they want to sell us.
Bollocks.
Yeah, it sounds like cap to me.
All right, next clip.
His family has collectively told investigators that he subscribed to left-wing ideology, and even more so in these last couple of years. And he had a text message exchange, the suspect, with another individual, in which he claimed that he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and he was going to do it because of his hatred for what Charlie stood for. Those are factually accurate investigatory findings by the FBI that we've handed over to the local authorities and the federal authorities to make their prosecutorial decisions. But I believe in this instance of such public importance, the public has a right to know.
Hold up. You got a text message of him saying to someone, I'm guessing his roommate he was referring to, that he had an opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it. And you didn't ask that roommate, why didn't you report it? Because aren't you an accomplice then? If you had that information and did nothing about it.
I'm not sure if he said that he had an opportunity. He's saying
No,
if
he said he had an opportunity. He has an opportunity.
He has an opportunity to
That's
take
why I
out
played it back again, because he said, I have an opportunity and I'm going to take it.
Well, then, yeah, I guess he would be an accomplice. And at the I guess you would have to report something like that. But then again, how serious was it? And, somebody could say something that I also understand. But look, I don't believe any of it. So...
No. I'm just talking from a point of view of like.
Okay, if this was the truth, then yeah, the guy probably should have said something. But at the same time,
yeah, but no, I'm connecting the dots as none of this makes sense.
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
Like Cash Patel's like, no one asked the question. Well, hold on, Cash, Director Cash Patel, Mr. Patel. Are you not going to arrest the individual who failed to report the text message? It'll probably come up more crap. Well, it wasn't that serious of a problem. He might probably, but like, it's just those questions I'm asking. Like, what the fuck? That makes it even more suspicious now. Like, what's going on here? And it's very much now you're piling it up. He had a transgender roommate. His ideologies were now left. He hated Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump. He turned away from the Republicans and what his parents had taught him. And the dad then took him in. The great Republican old man. He's done the job. It just seems a little bit too simple to me.
It's too simple, too convenient.
Anyone buying this shit?
It's too obvious, actually.
Like, you're gullible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I understand. Yeah, it is gullible, the official narrative. But to say that the shooting, if you believe in the shooting, as I said, when I first saw it at face value, I can understand why it hits. But the official narrative in terms of who the shooter was and the arresting in 33 hours and record...
Like, what bullshit.
Yeah, it does sound really ridiculous.
All right, let's move on to the next part, yeah? Which we're going to now talk about Charlie Kirk's wife and her reaction. Listen, I got a sixth sense for people, yeah? All right? And I know when people are being legit and when they're not, right? Life, when you've been through a certain amount of things in life, you develop this. Yeah? I had it from a very early age. I've never been wrong about someone. If I look at someone and think, yeah, that person can't be trusted. Yeah. I'll find out later on that line from someone else, something happened, told you, shouldn't have trusted that person. I just get that vibe from them. With her, I get that vibe as well a little bit. Like, either she's in on it and Charlie's, if he's gone for real, or she's in on the hoax that he's gone. Whether he's alive or not, yeah? I just find her behavior weird. Like, she's done a little speech. She praised Donald Trump. But at the same time, forget the speech. She then posts a video of her next to his open casket, talking to him. And then even there was a picture of her with her hand or whatever. And we'll talk about the ring in a bit as well. I just thought, who does that? Like, my brother-in-law passed away. My sister didn't start taking pictures of his dead body. Like, or making videos of it. Like, I just thought it was weird behavior. But something tells me, and this is just my opinion, guys, I'm not saying it's fact. I feel like it very much case, if he has been taken out and he's not walking around anymore, I feel like the initial reaction I got from it, I was like, they probably told you, listen, we're going to take your husband out. Yeah. If you don't want to end up the same way, keep your mouth shut and play your role. And that's literally what she's done. I feel. But let's play the clip, man.
Yeah, because I've not actually seen her talk.
You've not seen her talk?
No, I just saw the pictures.
You might see it a different way, but that's just the feeling I got.
Let's see.
When I got home last night, Gigi, our daughter, just ran into my arms. And I talked to her and she said, Mommy, I missed you. I said, I miss you too, baby. She goes, where's Daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family. Mr. President, my husband loved you, and he knew that you loved him too. When I got home last night, Gigi, our daughter, just ran into my arms, and I talked to her, and she said, Mommy, I missed you. I said, I miss you too, baby. She goes, where's Daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. God bless you.
All right, listen. Tell me your.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That looks dodgy. She doesn't give me the vibe that your husband just got popped in the neck on live TV and
He's gone.
And he's gone. And then yeah, man, I can't deny that the casket scene. They didn't show the face either. It's just the hands. And I'll be honest, it doesn't look real. I know that's controversial, but it does not look real.
Look, there's a still picture of it.
It doesn't look real, man.
It doesn't look real to me at all, man.
It does look like a mannequin or a rubber or
something. That's why they didn't show the face.
Suspicious. And that slip up with the arms as well. And then she's got that weird smile with it. I don't know, man. You're right. I see what you mean when you mean
I told you, man. There's that feeling I got. When I originally saw it, I thought you're in on it. But then as more started to come out, I thought, hold on, is Charlie even gone? Yeah. And if that's the case, then maybe she's not in on she's in on it, but she's in on the cover-up of that he's gone. Do you get it? That he's still alive, but it's just... Is it all part of... Here's another thought that's gone through my head. They want, and we'll get deep into this part. I don't want to get into it now. At the end, we'll get into the deep of it, because I know you're going to read through, obviously, and there's another look at that.
The symbology,
the ring and everything. But is it a part of that they really want to trigger a civil war off in America?
This would be a good start.
So how do we do that? Well, maybe we take Charlie out. Charlie. And Charlie's like, sounds like a good plan, but that means I can never come back. It's all right, Charlie, we'll take care of you. Your wife will still have to feature a little bit so we can keep that going, but you won't be able to be a commentator anymore. You're dead. You're off on some island somewhere, wherever, and your wife and kids will come back and forth to you. That's it. You're done. But it's all for the greater good of what we want to bring out.
Yep.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. That's how it goes.
That's how I think it's. That's a probable, because they're itching for it. That you could tell everything Trump's doing is to piss people off, trying to piss the left off to trigger it, so the right then trigger it, and then it's all out.
They're trying hard. They're really trying hard for it.
I mean, have you watched the movie Civil War?
No.
It's very much left versus right.
Yeah.
It feels like to me, in that movie, Although you feel like, what's going on? Until you see the two snipers, the sniper and the spotter, who both got LGBTQ color hair and stuff, with fingernails painted, and you're like, okay.
In the movie Civil War?
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw the posters on the buses. I just thought there's propaganda in it.
No, but it was good to watch.
Was it?
Yeah, it's good to watch, because you look at it and think, that's what they want. They want exactly that. So... the hardcore Republican running with the flag and and acting as a suicide bomber, like white chick with the American flag running in there when they're trying to distribute water to the masses, right? She runs right in there, boom!
She blows herself up?
Yeah.
This is a wild movie.
Do you get what I mean? So I just feel like it could be very possible that they're like, well, we've got to take someone out who's highly respected by the right and absolutely hated by the left.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to take out Donald, not yet anyway.
We can do an attempted assassination on
We've
Donald.
done that already.
We've done it. It didn't really kick it off.
Didn't really kick it off. Got him
Right.
the win though, because a lot of
Got him
people
the
voted
win,
for it.
yeah.
Did get him the win, but
Tried it with the ice.
yeah, and
Everybody
then
can
you
deports
look at all his actions. Like, he's recently done an interview where a female reporter, right, and it was quite a balanced question. I thought, and I said this to you once before as well. As a leader, we had this debate once where we talked about Trump ages ago, last year, I think, and I said, how's Trump going to bring the whole country together? But at the same time, needs to understand that everyone's got their viewpoints and their ideologies, and they're not willing to let it go. But how do you get your whole nation to now respect one another, love one another, and become one America?
Fake alien invasion.
No, but it's not even that. That's the question she put to him. She goes, how do we bring the nation together? Because it feels like we're all separated. Like, how do we become one America again? One great America. And he just went in on the left. Well, it's the left. They're crazy. I don't care. They're out of control. They're very good at politics. And I'm like, oh, great leadership, Donald. You're man of the people. And I can see, you care about everyone. But how do you bring people? I said this. That's your job as a leader. You've got to bring your nation together as one. You can't just say this side and all you lot, F you, because you're just going to have that divide, right? Because people aren't going to give up their ideologies.
Yeah, but it's not. I know it's controversial, but do you think that the left's ideologies could be tweaked a little bit?
But yeah, but I don't think you're thinking about the little 10%ers, yeah, right, within that LGBTQ community. We've discussed this already. Is every gay person thinking like that? No. Is every every transgender person thinking like that? No. Is every black person thinking like these BLM nut jobs? No, I can't say that. But what I can say is that your job as a leader is how do I bring it all together? Yeah, I can't, in a Western democracy as it's supposed to be, how do I bring everyone together? How do I bring this nation together? How do I get people to stop warring with each other? It's a hard question. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the answer to that.
Alien invasion, isn't it?
I wouldn't know the answer to that. But I'm talking on a normal level, man. Stop getting into
that's what
shit.
it's going to do, bro. Extraterrestrial threat and
then everyone's going to give up that.
UAPs
We all know what's going to happen. Yeah, we know Project Bluebeam and all that stuff.
Yeah. And the people will unite.
But people listening to this, the normies aren't going to understand what we're talking about. Yeah, that's deep. That's another episode altogether. Stop bringing it in here. Yeah, they're not going to. You're going too far now to the point where we're going to lose the audience in a minute. Yeah, all right. What I'm saying is, she put a question to that, and you could tell he's itching. This is what I said to Waz, right? Where Waz was saying, "Oh yeah, he's going to send the National Guard to Chicago now." And it was good what he did in Washington. Don't get me wrong, it worked clearly in Washington D.C. National Guard went in, crime streets are safer, people can walk around at night, no one's getting attacked. Same thing they'll try to do with Chicago. I don't think he's done it yet, has he? I don't think he has. But he's planning to do that, right? But I said, do you not also see what he's doing? He's getting you used to martial law. Yeah? Viva Vendetta style. Yeah? You're walking on the street and someone says, hey, you, stop there. Show me your ID. Beep, scan my chip.
Nutty, innit?
Yeah? You get what I'm trying to say? That futuristic movie thing that we all see, like Total Recall and things like that, that's what I'm talking about. And he's getting you used to it. That's the whole idea behind it. That this is how we're going to deal with things from now. We're not going to have a normal police force. We're going to have guys with guns, with helmets, riot gear, grenades in their pockets, all sorts, and they're going to be on the streets and, watching you all the time kind of thing. That kind of thing is going to be like that. That's what I think.
Yeah, bringing the facial recognition.
But Charlie's wife, I think you'll agree, is suspect.
Suspect, yeah, for sure. I didn't feel I don't want to say no genuine, but like 99%, I didn't feel that was. I just
think now, because I don't think he's gone. So I think definitely I'm right in the first place. But I thought she was in on it. But first I thought she was in on taking him out. Do you get what I mean? Now I think like you're in on it, in the sense of you got to make it seem like he's gone, and he's not gone. And this whole thing might be to trigger that civil war, man. Because they're all pushing it. Like you heard, have you been watching? Have you been on the Hodge twins? They're pushing it. PBD pushing it. The left. And PBD is. We know the Hodge twins are very Republican and conservative, right? Okay, very pro-Trump. So I think they're looking at it from the normie point of view. It's the left. And then you've got AOC just recently came out saying that she voted against. What was it? voted against acknowledging, like in Congress, doing like a minute of silence or whatever, something like that for Charlie Kirk or something like that, and she voted against it. That's something on the other side where they control the other side, the left, and they're saying, "Well, we need now you guys to piss off the right."
Yeah, because they want to make it like an independent, like a national day.
And then you got
something.
PBD, who's very pro-Israel Zionist.
Yeah,
You know, and his whole crew is as well. His whole team, podcast team, they're the same as well. So it's like, it feels like, are we at that boiling point now? Are we going to see something? They're hoping we're going to see something.
I don't think this will trigger a civil war. Close. I think they still need to poke it a few more times.
I don't think this is enough.
I don't think this is enough. But you can definitely see the tension building.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I think we're going to see more, man.
I think we are. Yeah.
I think the next time it'll be someone on the left.
Go on then. Who do you think?
Don't know, but it'll be someone on the left. Definitely. I said it to Waz, I go, someone on the left will go now, watch. Because
start popping them
that's
off.
how you got to do it. Revenge now, innit? Revenge. And then pop, back forth, and then suddenly it erupts.
It's just on each other now,
It just
yeah.
erupts.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next part, man. All right, so the next bit I want to talk about, Charlie doing a U-turn or a heel turn and exposing Israel. Thought it was quite strange that he started doing this, considering he's been such a massive supporter. And he's even defended some of the things that he's now criticizing. He was criticizing Israel for. And this is why I don't believe Charlie really done a heel turn. I think it was just for show. And again, they either took him out or made it look like they're taking him out to trigger something. I'm going to play all these clips together, back to back. But I don't believe for 1 minute he turned his back on Israel. I think it was all for show.
I think from my
Because I
understanding,
remember he was a hardcore Israel supporter, right? Hardcore Zionist as well, right? He's one of those Christian Zionists. And now you're suddenly telling me now he's going to start saying, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and start saying, oh, yeah, Israel this, Israel that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, there's something fishy going on here. And I don't believe for 1 minute he had turned his back on him. I think it was part of the plan.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I see it like that too, where there's the official mainstream narrative, and then they need that conspiracy narrative, which is no. So the mainstream narrative in this is, some transgender, liberal, leftist took him out with a sniper, got him in 33 hours, case done. That's it. Then you got the conspiracy theory, which is like, no, actually, he was talking against Israel. He did a turn on them, and now the Mossad agents, and you can see, look, they took him out. But there's always a third layer, which is the more deeper truth to it all, which, well, I'll probably expose that at the end, where it's actually more ritualistic. Similar to like how...
And if you have got this far, stick around to the end, because Treble's going to read something out that's really going to explain a lot.
What we're seeing, it's the same with 9/11. Like the surface value, it's terrorist attack. We need to go retaliate. Cool, war and terror. But then the conspiracy theory is like, no, actually, it was because we needed the oil. We needed the oil and stuff. But there's always that third layer of actually Iraq's got stargates, and there's this other interdimensional
which
thing
we covered,
going on, which we covered. So that's what I'm seeing now with the Kirk. Face value, conspiracy, and then the deeper,
the hard truth,
the hard truth of it all, which
what we see as the truth,
we see as the truth, and what they see as the truth, and isn't easy to understand if you're not, if you're just a normie. This won't make any sense to you.
It won't, because you won't get it, and we're trying to, and even if we are explaining it, but you're still going to struggle to understand it because it was your brain's under a form of programming that the world works in a certain way.
Like the number 33 don't mean nothing to you. It's just a number. Then it's tough. It's tougher. You're not going to get it, but hopefully plant the seed at least. So
for you to maybe look into it.
This is not the first time.
Yeah. Stuff like this has happened. But let me play these clips back to back. But yeah, I definitely, like I said, for me, for him to just turn the way he is. And I know I've been watching Charlie Kirk for years, that this guy would just suddenly turn on Israel, knowing everything he knew. Yeah. Even apparently it came out that we'll talk about it a bit more later on, but he was offered funding from Israel for him to stop saying the things he was saying. And he turned it down, apparently. I don't know how much truth there was in that, but that's interesting that that suddenly just came out. Why didn't you highlight that way before when he was alive and kicking? Why now when he's dead? Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things that just don't make sense about all of this. But let's play these clips.
You believe that the Jews run the American government.
That's not a secret, Charlie. Israel did 9/11, Charlie.
Oh, they did. Wow.
Why are we in the middle? I served. Why were we in the Middle East?
You can reject involvement in the Middle East without also believing Israel did 9/11. So if Israel did 9/11, help me understand this. Who were the hijackers of the planes?
They weren't hijackers.
Oh,
CIA and Israel worked together.
No. Explain to me what happened on the aircraft.
Okay, first off, what we have to understand, there's only one plane that actually crashed.
No,
okay,
there were three.
No, the building's imploded.
Okay,
if a plane's going to hit a building, why would the building fall down?
Time out. Flight 93, did it exist?
Flight 93 existed, yes.
Okay, so who tried to hijack that plane?
They sacrificed those people to make it look like Bush was targeted because they wanted to cover up Bush's involvement. He just happened to be in Texas reading a book to elementary kids, and they were reading a sign on a whiteboard
let me say
that talked about towers falling, Charlie.
Anti-Semitism.
We have been lied to since the beginning of this country. Jews, Freemasons, all of it's a satanic agenda. Israel is the synagogue of Satan. They're killing innocent people in Palestine over the guise of sovereignty. New World Order is coming, Charlie.
Guys, anti-Semitism is literally a brain cancer, as you could see.
How is this anti-Semitic, Charlie?
Okay. Explain to me Flight 93. Who was the hijacker?
They didn't have real hijackers, Charlie. They were plants.
Okay. So they got the black box. Of course, it was all just like a conspiracy.
Just like they found the passport miraculously 2 miles down from the crash site in
I'm sorry,
New York.
what?
They just happened to find one of the hijackers' passports laying on the ground 2 miles away from the crash site in New York. It just happened to be there. They just walked up and found it. They just randomly happened to find a perfectly good passport.
With that piece
Look
of
it
data.
up. Look, World War II was fought not over what everyone thought it was fought of. Every war is fought by. It is funded by the rich, the Rockefellers, all the rich, the Rothschilds.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
They funded all those.
Was Hitler bad?
I think Hitler was bad. Yes, Hitler was bad. Yes. But did the Holocaust happen? The Holocaust did happen.
How many people died?
Not 6 million.
How many?
It was not 6 million.
How many?
I don't have an exact number, Charlie.
Yes.
I don't have an exact number. It wasn't 6 million.
Okay, but you said it's not 6 million. You must have an alternative. How do you know it's not 6 million?
Because there wasn't even 6 million Jews in Germany.
Okay, well, I mean, you tell me. You're the expert.
The reason why Jews have been run out of 109 countries throughout history is because every time they get into a country, they try and take it over. In Nazi Germany, again, they are having transgender surgeries, underground transgender surgeries. They're promoting homosexuality in schools.
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And it's not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. It's like time for you guys to wake up and say no more, draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me. And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it. It's like time for you guys to wake up and say no more, draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me. Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Now, I don't like generalizations. Not every Jewish person believes that. But it is true, the Anti-Defamation League was part and parcel with Black Lives Matter. It is true that some of the largest financiers of left-wing anti-white causes have been Jewish Americans. They went all in on woke, and it wasn't just ADL. It was some of the top Jewish organizations in the country that have done that. In fact, We have seen this with the recent retreat of Jewish donations that are no longer going to be administered to colleges, right? Mark Rowan, Leon Copperman. Can we get that full list? It's very powerful. The part of the so that's totally true. And by the way, Tucker Carlson reinforces this. So I'm going to kind of, it was quite a day on the internet. Tucker Carlson was interviewing Candace Owens. We have Candace Owens coming up next hour. And Tucker Carlson mentions that Jewish Americans have primarily been financing cultural Marxist ideas. We said this, by the way, last week, and people came after us.
We were on top of it.
We actually said it in a different way. We said, I'm glad that Jewish Americans are reconsidering their financing of cultural Marxism. And people misunderstood it intentionally and slandered us as being anti-Semites. But listen to this. Tucker Carlson is completely correct by saying this, that the philosophical foundation of anti-whiteness has been largely financed by Jewish donors in the country.
And one thing a friend said to me, interestingly, which is, okay, Charlie, we've pushed back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border, on, so like, maybe we should also ask a question. Is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question, you know, that maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So, Ben, some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse.
Okay, so I'm going to add something here. What I've noticed there. Notice what Charlie was doing.
What?
Israel funding the left. Israel pushing the Marxist left. Israel pushing this. Israel pushing this on the left.
Borders, yeah.
Funding this on the left. Open borders on the left. Fail to also say, by the way, guys, you know, they control the right as well, right? AIPAC funds both Democrats and Republican politicians.
Yep.
So what he was already doing there was very much left, 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 left. Now, you suddenly take out Charlie Kirk, fake takeout, maybe. Yeah, he's not really gone. And now everyone goes, well, Charlie was talking not just about Israel, he was talking about the left and how Israel funds the left, funds the left, funds the left. It's all the left. What does that program your mind to now start thinking when he gets taken out? It's the left.
It's the left.
And Israel funds the left. And the deep state is on the left. And the deep state is Israel. And the Republicans are here to stop the deep state, which is bullshit. So you could already see what was going on there. I think that very much starts programming people on the right, start thinking it's the left, which they are. And then obviously they'll obviously say things about Israel as well. But at the same time, come on, trigger it. One of you do it. And that's what I think they're hoping for. I mean, Trump, with the LA riots and stuff like that, when he first did that martial law approach to things, for me, that was an attempt to trigger it as well, but it didn't happen. So, I don't know. Your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I realize now that I didn't actually listen to that much Charlie Kirk, because obviously I didn't know his opinions back then. I really just focused more on the gun control and the abortion and stuff like that. But yeah, for him to deny the 9/11 was a bit of like, really? You don't know that? That's like 101 conspiracy. Like,
well, you didn't know the passport thing.
That's basic knowledge, man. And then obviously when that former veteran was talking about,
that was on the news, right? Let's get something right. The passport thing was on mainstream news.
Yeah, it's mainstream.
It was. That's how I found out about the passport.
The indestructible passport. Yeah. We all know that. And he talked about there was no plane into the Pentagon, and Building 7 was clearly a demolition. This is basic stuff. This is basic. 2001 is a long time ago. There's been many years to know that knowledge. So for him to deny that was a bit suspect. And the guy, when he started dropping Synagogue of Satan and Freemasons and stuff like that, come on, Charlie, you should know that. You know that stuff. That's basic stuff as well. But for him to deny it, that was like, oh, okay, you're clearly.
And this is why this whole heel turn thing where everyone's going, oh, he turned on Israel, and
that's the conspiracy.
I'm like, nah, no, he didn't. It's all part of the
It's all part of the plan. So that's what I mean. So to hear him now turn on Israel, whoa, if I would, when I saw that shooting happen, I could say, yo, he turned on Israel, Mossad agents and stuff took him out. not the official narrative of some transgender roommate kind of bullshit. Like, that makes sense. Israel, turn on Israel, that's what happens to you. But obviously now we're seeing it from the bigger picture, all by design.
Yeah,
Psyop.
and I just think it's very much aimed to get the right to hopefully start taking on the left supporters and triggering a civil war. Like, you saw his approach; it was everything on the left. It's like, yeah, but Charlie, if you're going to really tell the truth, yes, you're right in everything he said there. Don't disagree, because we've spoken about it so many times. But at the same time, mate, you got to remember they control both sides of the coin. Yeah, they control the right as well. You know, when we did I can't remember what episode, which Trump debate episode it was, where I showed obviously AIPAC and who they funded, and it was Republicans, not just Donald Trump, but Republicans and Democrats alike who got payment. So, but you failed to talk about that, and that's why I think, like, this guy, I don't think he's dead. That's just my personal opinion. I think it's all staged.
I think
he was trying to set a seed of his mission was very much, I'm going to try and be anti-Israel, but I'm going to say Israel funds the left, everything the left. The right is fighting the deep state, trying to paint that picture, and hopefully it'll trigger it off. And then when I get popped, that's it. The right will go. It will kick off.
Yeah.
And it hasn't.
I don't think it has.
Well, I think it's going to take a lot more than that.
Yeah, I think it's going to, but I do think it's building up the tension and it's poking the bear a bit.
Yeah. It's going to happen eventually. Someone's going to do something. You can see it. But yeah,
maybe
definitely.
Trump has to go.
I think it has to be someone bigger than Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I think you need a few small level political commentators, maybe that
wind
need to
it
go
up a bit
on both sides, and then you need to take out a couple of big boys, and then it goes.
And then it goes.
Definitely, because that's what they want. They want you to destroy yourself. Yeah, remember what I said to you years ago? In order to bring in a new system, you have to crush the old system, destroy it. Nothing can be left of it. It cannot be carried on into the new system. It has to all go.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Right? And that's what I said. You got to watch that. You and Waz need to watch that movie, Children of Men.
Children of Men, okay.
The one I said, the screenshot I sent you. It came out in 2006. Since 2006, I've been meaning to watch it. And the other day I thought, I still haven't watched this after all these years. And everyone's hyped it up. And I watched it. I was like, shit.
So really?
Don't worry about the storyline too much. Yeah? Pay attention to what's going around the storyline, if that makes sense. Yeah? The scenery, the setting, the setup, all that sort of stuff. Yeah? Just pay attention to that. The things that are going around the storyline. The storyline is important as well, but just what's going on around it as well. And you won't miss it. Especially you won't miss it. You shouldn't.
All right.
Yeah, it's obvious in your face. Anyone else that doesn't see it, I don't know where you've been for the last couple of years with what's going on around the world.
Children of Men. I'll check it out.
Yeah. All right. I think that we pretty much covered that part off. Let's move on to the next bit.
Yep.
You know, in the old days, boom, firing squad. No, it's true. Boom, gun, bang, bing, bong. When we were strong, bing, and it goes quickly, right? It's called, you're dead.
Yeah.
And obviously, Treble likes that one.
He's funny, man.
He's a Trump fan, but there's some seriousness in what he's saying there. He's not playing or joking. He's telling you the truth of what he feels and thinks. So literally, he's telling you there, we should live in a dictatorship, and if you don't like my dictatorship, I will bing pop you. It's literally what he's saying.
He's funny, man.
Yeah. But anyway, look, we're going to go through some screenshots mainly of interesting points that people have put out on Twitter land or X land, or whatever you want to call it. And then we'll chop it up a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So this post was, according to a longtime friend, Charlie Kirk refused a funding offer from Bibi Netanyahu in his final days, having come to see him as a bully who sought to drag America into foreign entanglements. When Kirk personally cautioned President Trump against striking Iran, Trump barked at him and shut down the conversation. Kirk was frightened by the response from Jewish leaders and stakeholders to his tentative opposition to intervention in Iran. After hosting Dave Smith, Megyn Kelly, and Tucker Carlson at the TPUSA SAS, who can't read that word, exonerated Israel's campaign in Gaza and linked Epstein to Mossad, Kirk was swamped by angry text messages from Zionist donors. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like it's all scripted though, isn't it?
All right, let's read the next one, innit? All right. They would, if Charlie turned heel on Israel, they would have someone shoot him at an open air event, and they have some idiot Goya with a genetical, was that say? Anomalous issue there to be the patsy. Freaking hell, this was back in August the 13th.
Yeah.
Part of why you never make a deal with the devil in the first place.
That's exactly the official.
I don't know Tommy Borman or whoever that is. It's a joke page, I'm guessing, but
that's exactly the narrative of what they're selling us.
That's just like, and that's in August, man.
Yep.
Next one, Laura Luma. If you are posting that Charlie Kirk was assassinated by Israel, you have a mental illness. It's called paranoid schizophrenia. Well, you should know, love, because you're a nut job. All right, this next one's interesting because obviously it's Netanyahu and Trump both obviously saying, oh, praying for Charlie Kirk, etc. and stuff like that. But the funny thing was, it was obviously on the 10th and they both posted it at the same time, 3:02 p.m.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was very, very suspicious. Weird, isn't it?
Weird.
Come to the minute.
Like
it's like they were in the same room together, right? Click send.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the same person just did it on the same phone kind of thing. Crazy.
Mad. All right. Little bit of love from Tel Aviv. A billboard up in Tel Aviv. Like, I'm not buying into any of this crap anyway.
It is so crazy.
I just think it's nuts. And then let's just play this video, last video of Trump. Yep. Couple of days later, he's dancing to YMCA. Really missed and loved Charlie Kirk, didn't he?
He don't give a fuck.
He didn't give a shit. Yeah, let's be honest, yeah. And look, is there a Trump-Israel Netanyahu connection? Absolutely. I think there is. That's my personal opinion.
I can't deny it. When he tucked in the chair, come on, Trump. You're supposed to be the guy that don't take shit from nobody. You're tucking in a guy's chair, like.
Yeah, but he's funded by them. He's funded by AIPAC. It's all there, man. Like, he's funded by AIPAC. He's their dog's body, man. He just, whatever they tell him to do, he does. Obviously, he tries to be smart in the way he does it, which is trying to make Israel look good. But ultimately, he's their lackey, isn't he? So, yeah, I'm not going to go against the fact that I think that people are saying, not fact that it is, I can't confirm that. But in my opinion, yeah. He is. He's involved. Israel's involved. That's how it feels like to me, anyway. The wife's weird. I don't think Charlie's dead. I think this is all an attempt to trigger a civil war.
That is a very logical conclusion.
All right, let's move on to the next part.
Charlie Kirk himself, said that empathy was a new age word, and he said that mass shootings were acceptable if it meant he could have his Second Amendment after Sandy Hook and all that happened. Maybe this guy shouldn't have said it quite the way he said it, but I've had enough because the person you just said, oh, he was just a family value man. This family value man said that gay people are an error, transgender people are mental. So apparently free speech is only okay if you're on the right. Apparently if you're on the left, you're not allowed free speech. You've got to be some sort of upstanding citizen. Well, I've had enough of this hypocrisy.
Is it not true though that Charlie Kirk's manner of expressing his thoughts and feelings was?
Also, he was polite and but a racist, yeah. So we're talking about white replacement theory that black women in particular, were not clever. But it's all right as long as you do it politely, yeah. So I tell you what, then let's all be. This is how middle class people get, like Farage and all that, get into power. So what? Because they can do it politely. Is that how it works? Because I've had enough of it. We've got Tommy Robinson March right now doing all their thing, but that's okay. That's freedom of speech. That's freedom of speech, yeah? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Do you know what, Vanessa? I've had enough.
These are all from accounts, MAGA accounts, big following, blue ticks. Liberals can never be allowed to run this country again. How do you coexist with people that want to murder you? These are all separate things. If you vote Democrat at this point, you're a demonic, evil person. I will support whatever saves our country. Trump has a blank check as far as I'm concerned. Another, I want vengeance. I know it's wrong. I wish I was just a better person. I'm just not. Even Charlie Kirk's own organisation, Turning Point, tweeted, "Look back in anger." There are some on the radical right of the American politics at the heart of the MAGA movement who are responding to this, and I would put it like this. They're like arsonists complaining about the temperature of the building. They have added fuel to the fire, fuel to the fire, fuel to the fire, and are now looking around and finding that the situation they're in is hot. It needs to cool down in every direction.
Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" Catch!
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're at a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
This is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
That's the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news. Fight back! White man, 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 fight back!
Okay, those clips from Democrat politicians there were old ones, just to let you know.
Yeah, but still disgusting.
But just to let you know, those weren't current. Yeah, those obviously ones that they've put together are for the sake of YouTube, because we've been pulled down before in the past for that.
But all that rhetoric is what's built up. It's all building up.
Yeah, but you're sitting here buying into the shit as well. That's their job.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm trying to say. The left are the ones staring it hard.
No, the right are as well.
Yeah, but where was the Republican? Where was the Republican politician?
You're the person. You're the enemy right now, because you're doing this whole, the Republicans aren't doing it. This is not a Republican who put it up. And saying, see, we need to fight the left. Come on, look what they're doing. Come on, come on, you
not see that
come on, you normies. Come on, Republican normies. Go out there and shoot someone.
But did you not just see
Get your machine gun.
But which politician
take
from
out
the right is saying to do
and
that?
take out the kids. Let's start the war, the civil war. Like, this way you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. The only difference between left and right is that I will stand by and still say left are a little bit more degenerate because of their freaking wangs out while they're walking in their parades and stuff like that.
Talking about go beat people up outside a department store.
And the right aren't no different.
Which politician on the right said to do that to a leftist?
And the right aren't no different. They're doing it right now. What do you think they're doing now? What is this?
What politician showed
What is this? What is this that's happening right now? What is Donald Trump saying that? Oh yeah, the left are the problem and we need to deal with this issue and they're this and that. He's encouraging people. That's what he's doing. He's manipulating your mind. Go out and fight. Get your guns, guys. Start shooting them. Have a war. Come on. That's what he's doing. What? Because he's not outright saying it like the left. That's why. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
He's not manipulating the minds of the right to go and do that. Is that what you're telling me now, Treble?
Yep.
You're full of shit. You're an idiot as well then. You're dumb like the rest of them.
I'm just saying, though.
You're all dumb. Crazy. Left and right, you're all dumb. No, you're all crazy. You're crazy right now for sitting there actually saying that he's not doing that.
I'm not saying that he's not doing that.
Exactly. So just because he's not saying it the way they're saying it...
What was the context of that video then?
No, the context of that video is from PBD, which is Pat David, whatever his name is, who's an Israel supporter, a Trump supporter. Now Charlie Kirk's gone down. Come on, look, it's the left. Come on, get your guns. Go out there and fight them. What are you waiting for?
I see what you mean.
That's what they're doing here. It's manipulation.
What about that LBC
You know,
video?
man. No, which part? People don't get this fucking... It drives me mad. Even you're sitting and you're part of the problem as well because you don't get it.
I do get it.
No, you don't get it because then you won't be sitting with the left all crazier. The right's just the same. They just do it in a different way.
I find that rhetoric disgusting.
They just go about it a different way. I find Donald Trump's rhetoric disgusting as well. Instead of bringing his country together, the left are the problem. Right, get out there. Go on. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for you. Where's my MAGA guys? Get your guns and start shooting some people. Start a war. Come on. Start the civil war.
What about that LBC
Just a disgusting,
What
bro.
about that LBC lady?
Just as disgusting as the left.
Fair
All
enough.
of them are. But
And
of
what about
course,
that LBC lady?
brainwash people like Treble here. Yeah, he's
yeah,
clearly
yeah.
showing his brainwashed mind and his manipulated mind. Doesn't want to accept that.
Oh, you showed a video about that lady on LBC. What was that about?
What LBC woman?
The first video.
She was just talking about Charlie Kirk wasn't perfect. She was calling him out as a racist and stuff like that.
And then?
Again, it was about her just highlighting that why is it always the left the problem? But that was just showing that the what's brewing among people. And then the next one was very much what the MAGA guys were saying online, which was LBC saying that, yeah, you can't coexist with them anymore, the left. Where do you think that's going? Listen, I feel sorry for you if you're buying into these ideologies from either side, right or left. I don't understand you people. Yeah, like I said, I don't understand you people. So I don't get like even Treble's point of view. Don't get it. Don't understand it. I'm tired of hearing this. Oh, they're more degenerate. They look how vile and disgusting they are. Like the right are any different. Like they wouldn't like comments like, how can you coexist with these people? Like, so what are you saying? You want to shoot them all? You want to get rid of them all? You want to kill them all? That's what you want to do? That's what you support?
No.
Taking of lives?
What I understand is that we do need to be polite and have freedom of speech. So when that liberal...
Is the right polite? So when Donald Trump, when the liberals, when there was some black people who turned up at his rally and were protesting, and which is their democratic right to do so, and then someone came up and decided to punch him in the face, and he was making the comment in the past, yeah, we what was it? He said that we lash him or beat him or whatever like that, or drag him out by the hair.
But why? But you can see how that's provocative, though, right?
But what? So they're not allowed to protest.
So
they're not allowed to protest then. So if the right protested like that, which they did during COVID with their guns and stuff with the lockdowns, during the lockdowns, I even saw them were going to town centres with their guns and everything. Yeah, we're protesting it. This lockdown, we're not accepting it anymore. That was all right. Everyone accepted that. You guys all accepted that.
Yeah, but to go to a Republican rally and protest is kind of...
It's their protest. We're Democrats and we're protesting the guy that's in charge. They're allowed to do that.
Okay, and they're allowed to boot them out as well.
Yeah, but boot them out and punch them in the face and physically harm them.
Yeah, I don't know how extreme it went.
I've showed you clips last time, ages ago, where we talked about this.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, where they punch them in the face. So don't sit there and say that they're all, it's all the left. They're both sides are fucked. Yeah, this is why I get annoyed with you and many people. I'm like, fucking, and then I get left to saying, oh, the right's the worst. I go, yeah, but you lot aren't exactly much better.
But you see how
you're all a bunch of fucking morons.
But then they've triggered you as well. Then they've also got you because you're emotional about it.
I'm emotional about the fact that all you fucking numpties can't see how you're being played.
But they've played you now.
Who's playing me? Who's playing me?
The fact that you're getting emotional
about what? Go and explain that.
So the ultimate goal is to either create fear or anger. So the left are getting angry at the right are getting angry at the left, people amongst that are getting scared of the left, and people are getting scared of the right. Then you got people like yourself who are above that and see that they're both the same, but your emotions are still getting triggered.
My emotions are getting triggered because you fucking numpties don't see it. What's wrong with that though?
No, but that's...
So am I wrong?
it's a negative
Am I wrong?
emotion.
Am I wrong
being
enough?
projected
No.
out into the world.
I'm not angry. I'm frustrated. You guys all sit and you sit here all the time.
Yeah.
And but the left.
Yeah.
But you're fucking on the side of the fucking Zionists and the elites. Are you dumb?
No, not
Are you
necessarily.
stupid? Are you stupid? Are you stupid?
how am I on the
So you
side
support
of that?
Donald Trump, and did you not just say 5 minutes ago? Yeah, Donald Trump. Yeah, he's in the pocket of Israel and it's Zionist. So you're being played by them as well. How stupid are you sounding right now? We can go back and clip it and play it again if you want.
I hear that.
So how stupid is that then, bruv? Like, seriously, you've got to listen to the things that come out your fucking mouth. Yeah, and you're all going to be sitting there wondering, oh, how do we let it get like this? Because you're all fucking stupid and you sat there like a bunch of numpties and you didn't know what you're trying to do is that, oh, you're angry right now. You're right.
Though.
No. Yeah, you're right, I am. Because I'm pointing out, because what you don't like is I'm pointing out the truth about you. You're a fucking idiot right now. All of you. You're all a bunch of fucking idiot. Left, idiot. Right, idiot. Stop the boats, idiot. Stop fascism, idiots. You're all idiots. You're all morons.
Yeah.
You're all getting played like dickheads. Yeah? And that's what you don't like, Treble. And you're sitting there nervously laughing like you normally do because you know I'm right and you're embarrassed by it now because I'm calling it out. So you say whatever you want to say about me. But the fact is, what I've just spat out to you is truth and facts. Yeah? And you want to sit there and fucking say, oh, yeah, how are we going to stop this and stop that? You're not going to, because none of you lot can fucking get out of your own head. None of you can drop the manipulation that the brainwashing and the programming you're under right now and the ideology you've been bought into, or none of either side to see the truth that you're all being played. Because that's what they want. But go ahead, man. Keep playing your game, man. I don't care. Yeah? Keep doing it. One day you're going to sit there, you're going to actually say, shit, how did we let this happen? And then I'm going to look at you and say, because you're a fucking idiot.
What do you mean, how did we let this happen? How am I contributing in the sense of letting it happen? And what do we need to do to not let it happen then? Because
both sides need to wake up to the realities of things, yeah? You're not helping. And what makes it worse about you, I get pissed off, is you know this, Treble. But you're still choosing a side, which I don't get. You don't want people to come together. You don't want people to wake up and realise.
So what's the solution? What's the solution? Tell me.
What does David Icke say?
You're saying what? We need to come
What does
together.
David Icke say? You've read his books.
Yeah, love is the answer kind of stuff, innit?
Right. So people got to come together, right? Drop your shit and realise what the truth is and come together and start fucking coming together and say, no, we're not going to put up with this anymore. And a lot of people do see it, yeah? And what makes it worse is you see it, Treble.
Yeah.
Right? And then you choose to ignore it because you rather choose a side. Because I like Donald Trump.
I like some things that he's doing.
I like Donald Trump. I like him. He's cool.
And I don't
and that's what you base it on. And that's what the other guys on the other side base their shit on as well. It's like, you fucking all, I don't get it. You're a lot of dumb. I'm 43 now. I'm incapable of bullshit. Yeah? So I'm going to call something stupid. I'm going to call something stupid. If I think it's dumb, I'm going to call it dumb. If I think you're fucking behaving dumb or your thought process is dumb, I'm going to call it dumb. Because it is. That's what they want. We just sat here for like near enough an hour and a half or so, talking about how they want to trigger civil war between the two sides and how they're manipulating both sides. And now you're saying, well, the left. You're just doing the same thing. You're playing into their hands. Yeah? And that's why I bring up David Icke, because what does David Icke say every time? And you just answered it. He's talking about union. Come together as people. We are the many. They are the few. What are you doing?
And just calling both sides
I just saw a clip
dumb.
of the man fucking crying his eye out on stage about it.
But calling both sides dumb isn't
They're
gonna
dumb.
help unite them though, is it?
It's
that's
dumb.
That's not.
I'm
showing
calling.
love
I'm calling.
by calling them
I'm
dumb,
calling
is
you.
it?
Nothing. They're not going to unite
That's not a solution.
because you're bought into their ideology. Yeah. Only the people involved in these things that can actually wake up. I could say it right here. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if I can't even convince you to see what's going to happen, who else is going to listen? You, even after all this time, all these conversations we've had now, we just had an hour and a half where you just agreed the plan and the agenda. But no, you still choose a side and you're still saying, well, the left has to go, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's the point then?
I'm just saying, look.
What's the point then,
I
Treble?
made a comment because on the back of that last video that you played, where it literally was just liberal,
and then you ignore the other videos I played of rights doing the same thing.
Show me the politicians.
Yeah, like the right.
Show me the politicians that said that we need to get them and kick them down.
Yeah, but
show me the politicians. You've not shown me the right politicians.
So you've not seen Donald Trump saying, "Oh, the left are the problem" and all that sort of stuff.
It's one thing to say they're the problem,
But
There's another thing to say,
that's
you
subtle
need to pull them out of department
It's called
stores
subtle
and kick them. That's a little bit different,
subtle
though, innit?
manipulation, mate.
Okay, so the right are more subtle with it.
So
and
someone
the left
asks you, how are you going to bring your country together? And his answer was, let's just go after. We need to sort out the left because they're the problem. But the right's not a problem.
Okay.
The same right that I've seen when being interviewed say, yeah, we need to get rid of these left ninja cockroaches. And what they mean by ninja is the N-word.
Oh, shit. But again...
So don't tell me it's not the problem. Just because the problem is, with the right, it's the traditional way they go around doing it, which we've seen for many decades. Whereas the left do it in a weird way, which is their lefty way they're doing it, right? But either way, they're both the same. I don't care. Yeah, I know what the right want. I know what the right politicians want, and I know what the left politicians want. They want their supporters at each other's throat. They want each other killing each other. Shoot, fight. Come on, civil war. Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to understand.
You know, I see it.
That's why I don't support anyone. I don't support none of these politicians. Yeah? If you truly see it and you truly believe it, you would understand that and you'd be like, hold on, why am I following any of these guys? Shouldn't be following any of these guys. But you do. So even you.
Follow.
Shut up, man. We've done like how many Trump debates?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Well, you're half in, half out. One minute you're talking about, oh, yeah, Trump, yeah, he's bought and paid for, yeah. And then the next minute, yeah, Trump's a man, MAGA baby. Shut up. You can't even try that shit, mate. All right, last bit.
The problem in the United States is about the whole political system. It's not about one person. Trump's election has proven again for us, again and again, that the president is only a performer. He's not the decision maker. He's part of different lobbies and the deep state, or the deep regime, as you can call it, who implement and dictate on the president what should he be doing. And the proof to what I'm saying, that Trump, after he became president, he swallowed most of the promises and the word that he was boosting during his campaign. He made 180 turn in nearly every promise. So why? Because the deep state wouldn't allow him to go in certain direction. That's why, for me, dealing with him as a person, it could be, but can that person deliver? No. In the United States, president cannot deliver. The whole state, the deep state only, is the one who can deliver. And this is the problem. This deep state doesn't accept partners around the world. They only accept puppets. They only accept followers. They only accept proxies.
You're a terrorist, and you're part of October 7th. We're coming after you. And we don't care if you're in Qatar, we don't care if you're in Lebanon, and it could be even if you're in England. We'll get you.
The Jewish state has never had a better friend in the White House. We have to get the people of our country, of this country, to love Israel more. I have to tell you that. We have to do it. We have to get them to love Israel more.
America's commitment to Israel's security flows from a deeper place. The bonds between the United States and Israel are unbreakable. And the commitment of the United States to the security of Israel is ironclad.
And let me be clear, I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and I will always ensure Israel has the ability to defend itself.
I get criticized for having said a long time ago, you need not be a Jew to be a Zionist. I'm a Zionist.
We can say today that America is Israel's oldest and best friend in the world.
This danger in the world is if Esav and Yishmael ever came together, if they ever united. Says the Gemara, if Edom and Yishmael ever united, they would destroy the world. You can never mix Cain and Hevel together. And that's why we wish both of these Umayyads in their war against each other, bracha v'hatzlacha. My message to both of them is we wish both of them tremendous hatzlacha. They should wipe each other out. No, none of you said. Both sides should mamish be matzliach as much as possible. We wish both sides tremendous hatzlacha in their avodah of wiping out the other party.
אבל אנחנו הולכים למסלול התנגשות עם הממשל האמריקאי. ארצות הברית זה לא מקשה אחת, זה לא מקשה אחת. יש את הסנאט, יש את הקונגרס, יש את הכוח היהודי שהוא עצום, יותר חזק משהיה אי פעם. יש דעת קהל, יש לנו כוחות כבירים בדעת הקהל שמתנגדים למדיניות הזאת, גדולי הפרשנים. אמריקה לא תכפה לנו דבר.
All right, and those clips were really to just kind of show what influence is US politics currently being run by, which is clearly Israel
Both sides.
and the Zionists.
Yeah.
Both sides. And you saw it. There's presidents from the Republican presidents, Democratic presidents, presidents, hopefuls, and vice presidents, or whatever. That's who runs it. That's who's running it all. That's who's
orchestrating it.
Exactly, and pushing the agendas on both sides. And they want you guys at each other's throats. And this is the bit which me and him started getting into a bit of a debate there about. Yeah, which he knows himself. And he knows because he's sitting there smiling right now. This is the moment where I wish we were on camera so you could see his face. Yeah, right? Because he knows, like, shit, yeah, Cypher's right. Yeah, but I love Trump, man.
I don't love Trump. It's just I don't like the left.
And the left, I don't like the left, man. It's like, but at some point, these are the people you do have to find a way. Like, it's not going to happen. Let's be honest. It's not going to happen. Yeah, people aren't going to come together. I don't believe it. People are too far gone in their ideologies. Like, look at you. How many conversations have we had on these episodes about this? Yeah, were you pissed off? I go, yeah, I'm pissed off because the reason I'm pissed off, and the reason I'm pissed off is not really because of the left or right. It's because Treble's my mate, and I've known him for years, and I know he knows the game plan, but yet he's still behaving like a normie, and that's what pisses me off about Treble. So my anger is actually at him because he annoys me when he does that. He knows better. Waz, I can accept it because Waz just recently learned what controlled opposition is. He didn't even know what it was until he started talking to me and jumping on our podcast. Yeah, but Treble knows more, and he knows it. Yeah, he knows deep and how deep, because you've heard him giving you some commentary already today on this episode, and that annoys me about Treble, is that he'll ignore that and go, and start doing all that bullshit that he usually does about the left. When he knows we're all being played.
We're all being played, yeah.
All right? But look, that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with. Now, there's another clip I got here where former intelligence agents for Israel kind of gives his take on how Donald Trump is also being blackmailed by Israel.
Makes sense.
So I'm going to play that clip now, yeah?
I believe that the American government is sort of trapped by the Israelis. Jeffrey Epstein is one of their tools to trap them.
And what do you think of Dershowitz's denial?
Hold on a second. I want to give you an example. Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton, Ehud Barak, met Arafat in the 90s, and there was no deal. The reason was Epstein. They were being blackmailed by Epstein. Ehud Barak was also a friend of Epstein, the prime minister of Israel at the time. But he was being blackmailed by the Israeli right wing as well. And they stopped an agreement with Arafat. They were about to reach an agreement there for a two-state solution. But that was stopped because of Epstein. They were both being blackmailed by Epstein.
And so Jeffrey Epstein, in a way, presumably being used as a tool by the Israelis, helped to change the course of history in this region I'm speaking to you from.
Of course, a change thing. And they trapped a number of U.S. presidents by using Jeffrey Epstein. And it wasn't only about sex, it was also the money issue. Where was the money coming from? But everything is stuck over Gaza. And I believe the Israelis have the American government captive due to what happens with Epstein, or what happened in the past with Epstein. Rupert Murdoch, newspaper, Wall Street Journal, put out that card or something, a birthday card Trump sent to Epstein. Where do you think they got it from? And I don't think Trump wants to continue this war or the genocide. I think it's the Israelis holding him back.
Given how much maverick power he has to create peace in South North Korea, in Palestine, in all these different places, one might ask, why do they need Jeffrey Epstein? Why can't they just assassinate Donald Trump? I know there's a lot of speculation. There has been that John F. Kennedy was assassinated with Israeli intelligence help. Why do they need things like Jeffrey Epstein?
Somebody tried to assassinate him, didn't they? Before the election. It doesn't always work. I'm not sure what's going to happen because, people look at these pictures of starving children all over the world, and there's a lot of pressure on these politicians to say enough, to tell them enough is enough. I'm not sure how far this will go. And I think the Israelis are committing harakiri on themselves or by doing this, because eventually they will be stopped.
Now, that is where the GCC countries arguably can leverage financial power to replace AIPAC lobbying power, as it were. Do you believe that Trump can begin to leverage some of that Arab world, global South, BRICS world power to be able to end the genocide?
No, I believe that he can end the genocide right now if he just stops being scared of the Israelis. What are they going to say about him? How many girls did he abuse? How many billions of dollars he took? Let them say whatever they say. He should stop the genocide. Let them do whatever they want to do. Morality should take over. I encourage him to stop the genocide at any price.
Robert Maxwell was an incredibly intelligent man. He was trying to leverage things against the Israeli state, perhaps financial deals for his company. Look what happened to him. Can't the Israelis every time tell Trump, you try and mess with us? Someone as clever, and people can look up Robert Maxwell's heroic wartime record, they can still kill you.
I can't comment about that, but I hope Donald Trump will have the interest of the United States and the Middle East at heart and do the right thing.
So in short, what he's really saying is that Trump's being blackmailed. It's the old trick, isn't it? Yeah, we already know it. Yeah, they get you involved, they get information on you, whether that be, Pizzagate kind of stuff with Hillary Clinton, or whether Epstein, you were involved in that in some aspect. You did Hollywood. They do it with actors. Now you've done the naughty deed, the dirty deed, to get yourself to the top of the ladder in the music industry, or the movie industry. We've got these videos of you, and if you don't say what we need you to say, and that kind of thing, right? We'll expose you, right? We'll throw you to the wolves. He's saying they've obviously got something on Trump. Essentially, that's what it sounds like to me. And they're using it as leverage over him, as they do on same with Starmer or whoever it is. They've got you doing.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. And how that's how they're controlling him. And he's saying that I hope Trump sees sense. And what Trump does is that he genuinely cares about his country and he genuinely cares about the Middle East, and he will stop the genocide. But that's not probably going to happen, is it? Let's be honest.
If he's being controlled. Then...
If he's under the control of the Israelis and the Zionists. That's essentially what he's saying. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I do. Trump is an interesting character. Can't deny that he is part of that Hollywood scene, celebrity status. And you could deduce that he would also be involved in that. And then obviously him avoiding the whole Epstein talks was very suspicious. It's a hoax. Let's not talk about it. Okay, that's like...
See, these are the bits I get frustrated with Treble. Because when he starts talking the truth, and then he says, yeah, but like, I hate the left. I'm like, fucking cut this shit, man. Yeah, but this is the Tyler Treble I like. Yeah? This is the guy I've known, for years now, yeah?
Like, but
go on.
It's true though. Trump, once he started backpedaling on the whole Epstein situation, was a red flag. And obviously, like I mentioned earlier in the episode, tucking in Netanyahu's chair, he doesn't do that. He's talking about getting Big Macs for Xi Jinping as a sign of dominance. Yet you're tucking the chair of Netanyahu. If that doesn't suggest you're under their thumb, then what else do you need?
In that moment when he pulled out the chair for him, it's like, that masculinity he had about him disappeared. Disappeared. That masculine, strong. Remember, I even said it. Do you remember we talked about this last year when we talked about Trump? Yeah, and I said Trump, just comparing him to Biden. Remember, and I said Trump just comes off stronger. He does
a lot. Yeah,
he comes off a lot stronger. Like that old school mentality of a man, and that masculinity a little bit is coming through as well. And the minute he did that, I was like, you just lost all of that, mate. Like,
yeah, no, I agree. And obviously what this guy's saying here about they've got dirt on him, that makes sense. And yeah, him avoiding the Epstein situation, like I said, is very suspect.
Look, I think I'm going to put up a little... Oh, I need to show one more thing, actually. There's a screenshot here, just to show you this. Just give me a second. So this was put up following Charlie Kirk's assassination. Ben Shapiro and his Daily Wire colleagues Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles, all of them are known supporters of Israel, have taken over the Charlie Kirk show. Ben Shapiro is currently co-hosting the show. Apparently, he's actually bought the show.
That's crazy.
He's bought the brand.
Really?
Apparently.
That's mad. Yeah. That is, I don't know, everything's suspicious. I mean, we started the episode, breaking down what happened on the day to where we're at now. It's all unfolding, isn't it?
This is why I get annoyed with you, bruv. Like, freaking, like, oh, you're triggered. Yeah, I fucking triggered you. Yeah.
That's what they want.
No, but I'm not triggered like the way you guys are triggered. You guys are triggered. You're triggered like, you'll sit there and go, fucking left are idiots. They're fucking this and that. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, man, I disagree with political figures.
And then the right, and then
violence.
I'll get leftists. The rights are racist and fascist. And I'm like, you're all fucking, I'm sorry, I have to say it again. Yeah, and you're right. I'm not trying to convince no one. Enough. I'm dumb trying to convince people.
Yeah.
I just like fucking talking about this stuff because it's my opportunity to get it off my chest. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I can't put up with the level of stupidity from people nowadays. It's like collective. It's collective stupidity. Like one lefty will believe one thing and they all go with it. One righty will believe one thing and they all go with it. No one thinks for themselves anymore. No one's critically, independently thinking about things anymore. No one's using their brain. And it frustrates me because it's like guys like me in the middle who see it all, who's standing above it, and you Treble because you see it, right? We're going to pay the price.
Concentration camps for us, isn't it?
Bruv, really? Did you see that video I sent you last night of the animated guy being he talks about the lockdowns and everything, and they're being put in like these concentration camps because there's a virus going on and all this sort of stuff. Bro, you need to watch it.
Shit.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say too much because you know it's like with YouTube. Yeah,
I'll have a look. Yeah,
but
that's our place.
and I just thought, fuck, that's where I'm gonna end up.
Left or right? Nope.
That's where I'm gonna end up. That's where I'm gonna end up in there. Yeah, with them bringing. Can't leave it. I can only come out on the balcony, and it's gonna get delivered to my food's gonna get delivered to me, and that's it. Literally done. I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening one day. It's crazy. People think we're nuts for saying these things, but people who don't comply, where they're gonna go?
Yeah, like I said though, just being at one with God is probably the most important take, and that's why I go back to. I'm not picking a side per se, but I do believe in Christian values, and I think
Christian, but doesn't Christian values say love everyone?
Yep. Yeah, it does.
So love the left then, isn't it?
I do.
Shut the fuck up.
Just like how you
the amount of times I've heard you say, I fucking hate the left. Yeah, like don't give me that. Treble. Shut up.
I just don't agree with
Treble. Like, listen, what Treble's annoyed about here is that I've just called him out on his bullshit on a recorded episode. Yeah, and he's sat there going like, no, you're not supposed to do that to me, bruv. Yeah, I am fucking doing that. That's the whole point of this. We're supposed to have these debates and get heated about it. Yeah, that's the whole fun of this. Yeah, is that it's entertaining for those people as well listening.
It wasn't fun for me.
No, of course it wasn't because I was telling you, listen, like you have that little brother. That's what Treble is to me. He's that little brother that I have to smack around the head sometimes. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Political figures are inciting violence. How are we not going to get mad at that?
Yeah. It's not like the right. Listen, they are outlandish in everything they do. Yeah. But the Republicans are smart. They will subtly manipulate their side to do it. Let's not talk about January 6th. What did he say? All he said was like, literally told them march to the Capitol and they did it. So let's not talk.
But that was also a psyop.
Let's shut up.
It was, man. We should break that.
Such bullshit. We're gonna do that one now. We're gonna do that. We'll see your psyop. Yeah.
It was a psyop.
Whatever.
With
My
ass. And all of that.
That's why the Proud Boys were arrested, who were part of the what was it called, insurrection or whatever they call it. And then Proud Boy, and then when Matey Boy got back into office, what did he do? Oh, pardon them. But that's a psyop. They were on the other side, trying to make the Republicans look like shut up. Like, see what I mean? See what this is what I got to deal with Treble. That's what I'm saying. Like that little brother, you got to clap around their head sometimes. They're like, use your head, brain, idiot. All right, listen, we need to cover that last bit of yours that you got to read out to the guys.
All right, we're just going to round it off. So obviously, I mentioned earlier that there's usually always 3 layers to this all. So we got the official narrative, the conspiracy narrative, and then a deeper truth that's hidden behind the whole thing. So we've already established that the official narrative was this whole transgender roommate liberal guy, that conservative background, shot him. 33 hours later, they caught him, done and dusted. That's the official narrative. Then we've also got the conspiracy narrative, which is Charlie Kirk turned on Israel in those last few weeks. And like we've just said about Netanyahu having Trump in the pocket and stuff like that. You don't go against Israel, so now Mossad are going to be after you. And they took him out, which is a very, very logical explanation. And one that I probably adopted for a while. And then obviously now we got the deeper truth and how everything's a stage and we're all actually just living in a giant pantomime orchestrated by the secret elites. And I came across a post on Telegram. And it says, the ritual of the free man decoding the Charlie Kirk shooting. So I'm just going to read it out straight through. It's quite long, but it has a lot of information. So when we hear about tragic public events, most people stop at the surface. Who, what, when. But if you look closer, you find patterns, names, times, and symbols that line up in an uncanny way. These patterns don't prove conspiracy, but they do show how reality itself can act like a stage play, almost like a ritual being acted out in front of us. So let's break this one down. So firstly, who are the characters in the drama? We got Charlie Kirk, with Charlie coming from the word Carl, meaning free man, and Kirk meaning the church or assembly. Put together, Charlie Kirk is the free man in the assembly. Symbolically, he represents free speech standing before the people. And then you got Tyler Robinson, the accused shooter. In Masonic tradition, a Tyler is the guard at the door of the lodge, holding a sword. And Robinson links to bright fame. So symbolically, the gatekeeper at the threshold deciding who gets in or out. And then you got Spencer Cox, who is the governor announcing the arrest. And Spencer means steward, and Cox means rooster, the one who crows at dawn. He literally plays the herald, the one who delivers the message to the masses. And you've also got Bo Mason, who is the public safety official, and obviously the Masons are the builders. And he is the builder, the one who fixes the timeline and establishes the official version of events. So then, those are the characters. So then the stage and the symbols. The event took place in a university courtyard with a fountain, a place of speech and flow, which we also showed the Hall of Flags in the menorah in that previous meme. Kirk was throwing red hats into the crowd just before he was shot. Red is the color of Mars, which represents war and force. And hats are considered are symbolic for crowns. So symbolically, it's like crowning the people in red just before the Freeman is silenced. The bullet hit him in the neck, which is obviously the throat, the exact part of the body tied to voice, expression, and truth. He wasn't shot in the chest, he wasn't shot in the head, it was the throat. The message, speech itself is the target. And now we look at the timing of it all. The shooter arrives at 11:52 a.m. Kirk starts speaking at 12 noon, and the shot is fired around 12:20. Notice how everything circles around the number 12. 12 o'clock is the zenith of the day, the sun at its highest point. 12 is the number of the hanged man in tarot, which is the archetype of sacrifice and inversion. So to strike the Freeman at the throat at noon is ritual theater, speech sacrificed at the zenith. And then the words that close the scene. When Tyler Robinson was arrested, Governor Cox declared, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got him." That might sound like a simple statement, but it's also a ritual phrase. The exact same words were used in 2003 when the US captured Saddam Hussein. We got him. It's a closure spell. It tells the public, the story is over, order is restored, stop asking questions. And so the ritual script, if we put all these pieces together, the shooting plays like a ritual drama. The Freeman, Kirk, rises in the assembly, the courtyard. He crowns the people in red hats, symbols of allegiance. The gatekeeper, Tyler, crosses the threshold and silences him at the throat. The builder, Mason, frames the official timeline, and the herald Cox crows the closing words, "We got him." The underlying message? Free speech in the public square survives only at the mercy of the gatekeepers. So why does this all matter then? You don't have to believe in hidden lodges or shadow rituals to see the pattern here. Names, times, wounds, and words line up in a way that echoes ancient symbols of initiation and control. Even if no one consciously planned it this way, the events imprint on the collective psyche like a ritual. The Freeman rises, the voice is cut, the herald declares order restored. It's a reminder that in our world, truth itself is always under trial, and the throat of the Freeman is always at risk. And the key takeaway then, this isn't about one man or one crime, it's about how events become symbolic theater, training the public at a subconscious level. By learning to see the patterns, you stop being hypnotized by the surface and start recognizing how the script is written. So there you have it, guys. Whether it was scripted or not, the subconscious collective psyche is being programmed in a Masonic ritual. And this is something that is as old as the history books, going all the way back to ancient Egypt and beyond. And that is the final take, I think. Nothing is what it seems.
I mean, look, I don't think you can say you can't disagree with it. I mean, he said that in a way that I suppose explains that, like you said, the ritual side of it all. It blows your mind, innit?
Blows your mind.
There's a mind blow, that one, what you just read out. But ultimately, if you listen to that and you guys are like,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Just take this bit away. Yeah, right. Okay. There's two sides to every coin. Yeah. Okay. In the US, you got Democrats, you got Republicans. Here in the UK, generally, it is a two-party system here as well. You have the Labour Party and you have the Conservatives. whichever side of the coin you're picking, it doesn't matter. They control it. When we're talking about today, we're talking about elites, we're talking about Zionists, people that run the world. Yeah. Stop putting your head in the sand like an ostrich and saying, no, you're just a nut job, you're a conspiracy theorist, there's no way that's possible. Why is it not possible? Why is it not possible? Ask yourself that question. Really ask yourself that question. You know, we is like, you know, how can a small amount of people, control every aspect of the world? You know, well, go look around a few years ago. They shut down the whole world.
Very easily, actually.
They shut down the whole world within a week or 2 weeks. They shut down the economy. Some of you might have even lost your jobs over it. Some of you lost your businesses over it, right? Some of you even lost friends over it because depending on what side of the argument you were on. A handful of people, right? Let's look at things like extremist Islam. A handful full of people at the top manipulate hundreds, thousands of people to buying into their agenda, manipulate them to understand religious teachings wrong, to go out and commit heinous crimes and sins. Let's look at the church. Let's look at the Vatican. You know, how many Catholics in the world? Was it 1.8 billion, something like that? Something like that. Something crazy like that, right? They all listen to the Vatican. A handful of men in the Vatican, a couple of thousand at best, probably, dictating to probably less than that, right?
Probably.
Well, let's put it out to a couple of thousand. A couple of thousand is a very small number compared to 1.8 billion.
Of course.
And yet everyone listens to them. They control you. They tell you how to live your life. So don't say it's not possible. It's very possible. And I think that one of the things that people need to take away from this always is, yeah, I had my rant, and I had to because I had to slap little brother around a little bit. Yeah, he didn't like it. He's not supposed to like it. That's how it works. But at the same time, yeah, listen, I'm telling you now, drop your ideologies. Like, you all need to... I'm hopeful, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I think everything's too far going on. When people are bought into their ideologies and they pick their side, It's going to get... I just predict it's going to get ugly. Next year is going to be even worse than this year. And we already predicted this year was going to be bad. Has been so far, but it's been very vocal so far. And we're starting to see elements of violence. You know, we've seen Charlie Kirk, what's happened there. There's many other things that have happened over the years in the States as well. Little things happening in little places and things like that. Even here in the UK, we're starting to see things, you know. We already know, one side's doing this and one side's doing that, people who are buying into the whole Tommy Robinson, like there's some horrific crimes that have been committed by those people at the moment. Poor Sikh girl who was raped on her way to work, British born. Once they were done, said, you don't belong here, go back to your country. We're now starting to see that element come through. Then you still got the left with their protests about Palestine and Gaza, but you're still happy to have someone flying an ISIS flag. And I've seen these clips of it, among your protesters. Don't tell me it's not there. I've seen the clips. That's concerning. It's getting crazy, man. It's getting mad. And I'm hopeful people will come together, but I can't see it happening. I just can't see it happening. And yeah, I think it's going to get messy, man. Seriously messy. People are getting brazen, getting bold. People aren't afraid to vocalize their racism or their hate for one side, both sides. Because you see it from the other side as well. I saw some woman. You ever seen that Bushman videos where the guy dresses like a bush and scares people? I saw a clip the other day. He did it to a Muslim family. And everyone in the family found it funny. But because he was closest to the mum, she was like, Papa. She was literally taking her shoe off and throwing it at him, spitting at him. And her husband's like, what are you doing? Calm down. It was a joke. And even the kids were like, what's wrong with mum? Like, you're nuts. They all found it funny. They found it hilarious, like everyone else. But she was going... I was just like, what is wrong with the world?
People are at tipping point now.
And I think it's just going to kick off, man. And we're seeing it from both sides, all sides.
All sides, yeah. This is where I do have to say, I do see that. Everyone's at tipping point. And it's true, I do see it.
You heard the growl, yeah? Right? But, and it's getting crazy. And I suppose there's not much more I can say that. Hopeful, but I don't think it's going to happen. But it's gonna definitely get crazy. So get ready, man. If you're like me and not picking a side, yeah, you definitely need to prepare yourself because you're gonna get it from both ends. And those who are picking sides, remember how the saying goes: you reap what you sow. So that's both sides of any of these arguments that are going on in the world right now. Over to you, Treble, man.
Yeah, so I guess the conclusion, though, because of this episode was we spoke about a lot, but main focus was on the Kirk assassination. The question then is, yeah, which story do you believe?
I don't think he's dead.
Neither.
Or his wife's reaction.
Maybe he is dead, but the
things.
whole thing I do think was pantomime. I do see it as theatre.
If he is, then yeah. Either way, we know it's not real.
He might have been dead last week or 2 weeks ago.
I definitely think either two things happened. They've sacrificed him in a sense of that. Hopefully, this will trigger something, or will help towards triggering down the line. Or he's not dead, and the whole reason he's not dead is that we need to take you out of the picture because we need to make it look like you're dead, so we can trigger something, hopefully, or later on down the line trigger something. Either way, it's all to trigger the American Civil War, which I know for likes of David Icke and Alex Jones, when you could listen to Alex Jones and actually believe what's coming out of his mouth, and nowadays I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened to that guy, but yeah, it's definitely very much to trigger it. That's how I see it. It's going to take a bit more than that, though.
Yeah, I do see the next a couple maybe lower level political speakers speaking, getting taken out, and then a couple big ones. But it's going to kick off, but it's still building up. I don't think this is going to trigger it.
I think
there's still some more to come.
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's very much the case of this is the right trying to trigger the right supporters now to kick something off with the left supporters. But then eventually there's something that has to happen on the other side as well now, which, like I said to you, yeah, right. So, where you're saying that the left are nuttier in their approach. And they are. I've never said they're not. I'm just saying that the ideology and the behaviors and the loyalty and the way they go about things, they do it different ways, but it's the same thing as well. Just because you do it differently. It's like two political parties, two different sides of the coin, same objectives, but they go around and do it in a different way. But maybe that's the one that triggers it. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I saw a quick, because we want to finish this up, but I saw a quick video, little 20-minute docu, and they were showing leftists arming up, guns, all a lot. I was like, wow, you're getting ready for something. Anyway, man, I think we covered quite a bit in there. Let us know what you think. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. When you hit the notification bell, make sure you select all. Otherwise, you will not receive all notifications when our videos go up.
Yeah, and also just remember, guys, this conversation, we put the disclaimer at the beginning, but this
is our opinions.
It's just our opinions. It's take it with do your own research, of course.
Yeah.
This is not fact. This is just our opinions and just two guys having a conversation that we feel is important to have.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely always do your own research. Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing else to say, man. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, I'm Cypher.
I'm Treble.
And we out.
Psyop.